Okay, we're back here at Go Live Studios in Las Vegas. This is Full Tilt Vegas. I have two special guests. I have my daughter, Aviana. Say hi.
Hi. Nice
And
to
her best
be here.
friend,
Thank you.
Narissa.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, if you like my Go Live Vegas, if you like seeing this when you there I go mixed up. Full Tilt Vegas, you can go on my YouTube channel, see all my episodes. If you like it, subscribe. I like to have the subscription, so you can go ahead and do that. Other than that, I have horse racing, blackjack, Keno. I got slot machines, poker, blackjack, craps, and roulette. This is my book. It's in the book Winning Ways. I was one of the top selling books in 2018. I was number 7 on Amazon. I was really proud of that because I was there with all the biggies, Phil Hellmuth, the magician, John Patrick. I was so happy that somebody like me that barely got started, my first book. But I've been doing this for 30 years, horse racing, blackjack, craps, roulette, poker, and everything. So you can go get my book. You can Kindle it. So you want to Kindle ebook it. So you can go ahead and do that. Okay, now we're going to get to the show. And this show is called Vegas Girls Night Out. And they might even tell you what happened last night. But anyway, we'll start with, let's start with Narissa.
Oh,
Narissa, tell her how, well, thank you very much. You can, do you like Vegas? Do you come here often? What's the difference between Vegas and where you live?
Oh, good question. Love Vegas. I think I associate it with so many positive memories ever since we were in our 20s and growing up. It was always a fantastic trip and so much fun, so many friendly people.
Yes.
And it still has those same positive vibes.
Yeah.
Really fun town. We come as often as we can.
Yeah.
Vegas has almost everything.
Oh, it has everything.
Yeah. I live in San Diego County, so we have the beach, but Vegas has a lot of entertainment, great nightlife,
A lot of pubs.
fabulous restaurants.
Never closes.
Yeah.
A lot of pubs.
It's a great way to celebrate, too.
For sure.
Yeah, 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Avi, I call my daughter Avi. What do you think about Vegas compared to where you live, and do you come here often?
So not so much anymore. Married life, we got kids and everything, but now would be actually different because it's quite grown since we first started coming out, right? Before it was really adult land, right? It's getaway adults. Now, there's parks and it's all for family oriented almost. Like it's inclusive of families and children. I think back in the day, they just had Circus Circus, where I have fond memories of being dumped off there by my dad. Yeah, so he'd be like, here's a roll of quarters, like go have yourself some fun. I'll be at that crap table right there. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So yeah, but anyway, I'm from Southern California. Also, I'm in border of Orange County and LA County. It's much different, right? So there, we have hours, closing time, last call. Vegas, it does not have that, right? You could take a nap. Like me, my flight was delayed yesterday. It's only an hour flight. So easy to get here. Flight was delayed, landed at 9. We dropped off our bags and we went out for dinner. You can't do that, right? Anywhere else.
Yeah.
And last night, where did you two go?
Well, I did find the restaurant Therapy on Yelp, and I just took a look and had great ratings, and we just last minute we booked it. There wasn't a lot of parking downtown, so I dropped Aviana off and met her inside. And it was very interesting when I came in. Definitely something different about Vegas coming in. All the women were just kind of in their underwear.
Oh, yeah.
And perfect start to our ladies' night out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but
really good food.
What was it, a rave?
No.
It's a restaurant lounge.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. We kind of had a cheese overload last night. I mean, we were both starving.
Comfort food.
Yeah, it was totally comfort food. So I found out from the server, I guess they were on maybe Travel Channel or something like that, because when she was recommending food to us, you know, our eyes were bigger than our bellies. And we went in and we're like, we'll have this and that. So we ended up getting the grilled cheese, like it's a lobster crab sandwich. Holy moly. It was like 4 stacked bread. I mean, it was like a half a loaf, but it was smothered in cheese and deliciousness. And oh my gosh, we had that. We ordered the mac and cheese. And then what else? What did we get
Sounds like
first?
10 pounds
Well,
to me.
the
Oh my
drinks
gosh,
were
yeah.
fabulous.
And the drinks were really yummy.
Yeah.
We love the drinks. But good atmosphere. It was funny because I was like, I kind of want to like look at these people, but I don't want to be like weird or creepy. But
Get in
I
my
wanna look.
belly!
Yeah.
And that was on, you guys said 6th Street in Ogden?
It was like at the end of Fremont. I'm not familiar with the street, but you know, it's like the very end, right? So if you just kept walking down that same street, it turns into Fremont. I think we
Oh.
crossed a street and then it was Fremont. But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
And-
they had a
and-
DJ. It was
Yes.
A
Latin
DJ?
night, and yeah, the music just kind of kept getting turned up because we were there from like 9:30. But super fun for
It was
like
really
an
fun.
appetizer.
Work it,
place.
make it, do it. Makes us
So,
Stronger.
so you guys got there,
harder, better, faster, stronger.
you did all that, and you had drinks, and what time did that end?
Like the restaurant, or what time did we get home?
Get home.
So you want to run through the night?
You go. I was just along for the ride.
Right. One eye open.
Yeah. So you know, it's been a while. We've been away from the kids, so it was like, oh, what do we do with ourselves? So we had our late dinner, and then you know we walked Fremont. It was really fun, right? You have the street performers, and we didn't realize that'll be funny about the circles. So they had street performers. They had a bar on the outside, so we went. We grabbed drinks.
D-bar.
Yeah, there you go, D-bar. Nice.
Imagination.
So Narissa got herself a jug of beer.
It was like the hard seltzers. I just thought it would be a normal hard seltzer size.
Yeah.
And then he just hands me this like 32-ounce.
It was quite big.
That doesn't happen.
It's a good
where
thing
I
you
live.
guys ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I followed up requesting for a kitty cup because I saw that and I was like, yeah, I don't think so. So I got a smaller size with a shot of. I'm not too big on the seltzers. I think they lack a little flavor for me, but I did have an added absolute vanilla shot in there, so that definitely spiced it up. Got our night started. But anyway, so we headed down Fremont Street, and Narissa knows I love to gamble. Obviously, it must run in the blood. So she did say, like, hey, do you want to check out some tables and stuff? So I was like, all right, let's keep walking. So we walked, we checked out some places. We ended up at Circa. My dad's been talking about Circa for a little while. So we went. We wanted to go see what it was all about, and we went in. We gambled. Narissa found air conditioning units on the floor, and it was hot outside, so it was really refreshing. Oh yeah, so my eyes are like burning from all the smoke in the canopy. So
Yeah.
we got in the casino. It was beautiful. It's stunning. So we gambled a little bit, and then we ended up upstairs in the rooftop bar, which was phenomenal view. It's just absolutely amazing. They had very interesting drinks, very good. Yeah, very cool. But
Yeah, if anybody wants to call in and ask any questions to me or the girls, it's 702-329-6974. Toll-free number is 855-502-4321. Press 1 for the studio.
yeah.
So you can ask any questions, me or them, or how drunk did they
I
get.
have a question. So we were in Circa, and we're walking around, and it took us a while to find a craps table. I had to kind of ask somebody, like, hey, where are the craps tables? Do you feel like it's mostly
I don't have a
blackjack?
problem with a crap table. I can smell a crap table. Yeah, it's right by the long bar, the 100-foot long bar. Just turn around and there they are.
It felt to me like they were, maybe blackjack's more popular right now, or I don't know. Or
Well,
just in that spot.
there's, if I can remember, there's 8,040 blackjack tables in the United States.
Oh.
So, but yeah, they have. Well, there's 2 floors. You guys I think, we're on the first floor.
we
You can
didn't
go
make
to
it
the
to-
second floor too, and they have the same thing: blackjack, craps, roulette, 3-card poker, and then you can see the jumbotron from there. You can see it too there. But no, everything's there. All the tables you want to play. They even have. I think. Well, I'm not sure if they have. I thought they had War, but I've seen War. They're bringing that back. So. but-
How do you choose what you want to play? Is it just like what you're in the mood for, or?
No. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go. I'm going to do 3 things. I'm either when I get to Circa, I'm going to go to the bar, the long bar. Sometimes I decide if I'm going to play Keno there, because like I said in my other episodes, I only play 3 numbers: 3, 11, 21. I don't change them. I play that, and I play it sometimes multiple times instead of one time. People got it backwards. It's not a lot of money. I mean, it's not a lot of numbers, a little bit of money. It's the other way around. It's a lot of money, fewer numbers, because you're going to make more money doing that, doing multiples. Either I'm going to play Keno with my 3 numbers, or I might play Deuces Wild. If I don't do that, I play 3-card poker, which I took them out last time I was here, was it? And then I think I hit a straight flush, and I hit 4. What is it? Anyway, I hit the flushes 4 times. That's why we had 4, and 1 straight flush once. Then I had a bunch of pairs. And then I got that money. I went to the crap table and took them out for $2,000 there. I have my pictures on my. Well, you can see my website, and you can see where I showed the chips, $1,000 chips. But no, it depends. I either gonna play craps. I go straight to the crap table, or I wait and watch, and then I play those 3. But I should be playing blackjack, because everybody knows I can count cards. I can count a 6 or an 8 deck shoe. It has nothing to do with. People say, how do you do that? If you get my book, it's in the book Winning Ways. I show you how to do that. There's a certain count you start out with, and you it's very easy to remember. And once you practice for about 3 to 4 months, you should be able to go to count a 6 or 8 deck shoe. Don't play single and double decks. Don't do that. You get too many stiff hands. The ratios and percentages are not in your favor to play single and double decks. A lot of people like playing those because they can keep track. They say, well, there's an ace, there's a king and a queen, and those are the 10s. Believe me, you get too many stiff hands. Stiff hand is 12 to 16. And I do have charts in the book to show you if you can actually memorize those. Like in about maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now, I'm going to have 2 episodes on blackjack, and I'll tell you what the percentage and ratios are. Like if you have a 6-deck shoe, if you get a 12, which is a 10 value card, and a deuce, this is a 2. If you get that combination, and that combination is the same as the dealer gets it, it's 215 you won't bust, and 93 you will bust. That is the ratio in 6 decks. 8 decks is 285. No, yeah, 287 to 125 that you won't bust. All them tables, I devise those tables. They're in my book. You can look at the tables. You can memorize it. It goes from 12 stiff hand to 16 stiff hand, and that's the really bad one. And I do give you scenarios on that, and you can see what the percentage that you hitting 16 and taking a hit. The percentage is way against you. So it's up to you if you want to learn how to card count or use card recognition. That's another thing. You can use card recognition, and all that information is in my book. Okay, Avi, what game do you like to play?
So a little backstory. When I was 7 years old for my birthday, instead of getting, dolls, Barbie house, something, I got a crap table. So, so that's how I learned. So,
Now, who got you that crap table?
I don't know. I think it was you. Yeah.
My God.
So yeah, I started a little young, and I remember my dad always telling me, like, when you're 21, you will walk up to the table knowing exactly how to play. And sure enough, that seemed light years away, right? When you're 7, it's like, okay, I'm going to be so old. But Yeah, we did. We just spent time, and he just really showed me. It's fun when you're not playing with real money, right? Like if you lose it, it's like no big deal. So yeah, so I started at 7. So by the time I was 21, we went. Didn't have a whole lot of money to gamble with, but yeah, it's really neat. It's also super fun because I think it's a little bit different now. But growing up, being so young, walking up to the table, I always thought it was really funny. A lot of the just whoever's there, either at the table or I don't know, stick man. Like they would always try to like, oh, do you want to know how to play? Like you could put your money here, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. They're gonna try to teach me right now.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Yeah, so it felt good coming in, being so young, and knowing exactly what bets to do and know how to get paid back, right? So I'm still a little, well, I've forgotten a lot of the verbiage since, but it's been fun. That's my game. I can't count so fast on the fly, so I stay away from blackjack, and and something that drives my dad nuts also is I am what you call a scared bettor. So I'm always last to press, or I don't up it as fast as I should, and that's him. That's why he he wins big, right? You bet big, you win big. But my mentality is, well, you bet big, you lose big too.
Right. But you can.
So I'm a bit of a naysayer, yeah.
You can learn, but that's why in my book I devise a way to hedge bet against your bets.
Yeah.
So you can play as a right bettor and you can play as a wrong bettor, but you're not necessarily a wrong bettor. You're a right bettor. All you're doing is hedge betting against your bets, and that's in my book. I teach you how to hedge bet. So if you start to lose, say you 7 out and you're hedge betting against your bets, you can actually get some of your chips back. And it's the greatest move in craps is hedge betting. Now, people play the stock market, they know what that is, hedge betting. Marissa, what is your favorite game?
Well, for Aviana's 21st birthday, you taught me how to play craps, and it's the game I've spent the most time playing. It's absolutely my favorite game, too.
How much you win?
I'm sure over the years it adds up to a decent amount, but I'm even further on the spectrum from you and Aviana, because you're the most confident with your betting, and Aviana, starting at 7, has that confidence. I was raised that gambling's bad, okay? So I started at 21.
Yeah, I think you guys showed up with
That's awful. That's awful.
you guys showed up with $10. I go, what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah. So that was the other thing. So for my 21st birthday, after I think we rented a car, by the time we filled up with gas, we had lunch at the State Line or somewhere, probably in Barstow actually. By the time we arrived, between the two of us, we had $40. So when I say we were frugal, like we just didn't have the means to gamble, but we did. And I remember how much I won. It was $1,200. It was a hot table.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, for your 21st birthday to come out a winner like
That's
that.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's called a tables on fire.
Yeah. So, but I remember we were so bent on, we want to go to the clubs, And my dad was like, no, you're supposed to come here first. Let's go do this first. And like, that'll be there when we get back. Like, it's happening now. So eventually we rolled up. I think he had been there for already an hour or something like that by the time we rolled up. And then when we got there, we're like, oh, look at all his chips. Let's play.
Yeah. I started out with 400. I usually buy in for 300. That day I bought in for 400. I was at the, I'm going to say it, I was at the MGM. And when they showed up, I was up 2,000 already. And so they got on the table with their little $10 and they placed them on the pass line. But the table, it was incredible. Almost every bet that I made, I won. And it's funny because once you play craps for a long time, every time I made a bet, I said, I'm going to win that bet. This table is so stinking hot. I think I'm going to win this bet. I was even I just grabbed a stack of my chips. There were some green and some red, and I just grabbed a handful and just put them on the field. And I said, I know I'm going to win that. I'm going to win that. And bam, I won it. And the guy had to break it down and pay me. But that table it's really weird. Once you play craps for a long time, you could just feel the energy, and it's crazy because you could win a lot of money real fast. If the table's on fire and you know what you're doing and you press pull, and you after that, you don't need to use hedge betting because you're just winning hand over fist. And that night, by the time I was done, actually got up to 4,000. And by the time I cashed out, because I played, I think I was playing, I don't think it was $600-700 a shot, and I lost 3 in a row. 7 out, 7 out, 7 out. I quit. So I cashed out 24 and change. Narissa, I think you won 700 and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah, it was like, I was like, oh, I should have been betting like Aviana.
Yeah, I remember saying
And
that.
Richard and her dad, but. And I feel like that wasn't the first time we won that weekend. I feel like there was,
Another time
when you were first teaching us, I think we were winning.
Yeah.
somewhere else. maybe.
Yeah.
That's when we went to Treasure Island. Was it when we went to Treasure Island? Remember we were staying outside by the boats?
Oh no, that was after breakfast. We were really hungover.
That was another hangover
I actually
story.
just came across that picture not too long ago, and I was like, "Oh!" I sent it to Narissa. I was like, "Oh my gosh, remember this?" And she goes, "Yeah, I felt pretty awful that morning."
what happens in Vegas stays in
Yeah,
Vegas.
well-
It used to.
yeah,
It
right.
used to.
Yeah. Now it's all over social media.
Yeah, that's why you be careful taking pictures.
Mm.
Let me see. Narissa, do you ever play roulette?
So I used to, and it really depends. I'm kind of a person that, you know, if I'm with Aviana, I know we're going to be at the craps tables. I had a friend named Sal. You remember Sal?
Yeah.
He loved roulette, and so I remember doing a lot of roulette, playing with him. He liked the higher numbers. What are some of your theories about betting on roulette?
Well, in the book, I have ways to play it. The way I win is the only way I play it. I don't care if your daughter or son is 20, 25. I don't care. The wheel doesn't know your daughter or son is that old. I mean, that's what their age is, and you're picking that number. What I play is the first, second, and third 12s. I only play that. I don't play none because the percentage and ratio are, when I put them in my favor, it's 24 to 14 in my favor. If you just play one of them, you have 12 and the casino has 26. So you're giving the casino 26 numbers and you're only picking 12. So since it pays 2 to 1, you pick 2 of them and always play the same amount of money. If you have $10, the other one has to be $10. So if you, so you got 24 numbers to hit that number. So if you lose the first 12, you get paid in the second 12. You get that back plus you get another $10. And like I said on my other episodes, a couple of my other episodes I had, I did play roulette and I won $800 in 20 minutes. But I was playing $100 a shot, 50 in the first, 50 on the second. But that's how I play. You can also play the columns, which is the percentage and ratio is the same, 35.58%. It's the same as the first, second, third numbers, 12s. It's the same percentage, 31.58%. Aviana, now I heard you play columns. Is that true?
I do. Yeah, I was gonna say you need an honorary degree in gambling.
And it's all kind of coming back to me. You taught me how to play roulette too, and the columns. It's all coming
Yeah.
back.
So
Yeah, columns and the percentage and ratio on columns is the same as first, second, third 12. Because I see people plopping straight up best. Now you have to remember something. When you're playing, don't play anymore. If you play 36 numbers, you're actually, if it's $1, you're going to be in the casino for $1. It can't be more than 35, and I don't know why you would want to do that, because you plot 35 numbers and don't win anything, you're in the whole 35. But if you do win one, you're at $1. But you have to remember, when you play straight up numbers, say you pick, let's say you pick 8 numbers inside. And so you pick random 8 numbers. I don't care if red or black, even or not. It doesn't matter. There's 8 for you and 30 for the casino. That is the ratio. 30 for them, only 8 for you. You have to win it first. I don't care what it pays. You have to win that bet first. So that is the ratio. 30 for the casino and only 8 for you. Now some people play one number. Say they pick 20, right? You have you got one number and the casino's got 37 numbers. Let me give you a scenario on that. You have 38 athletes. You all line them up, and they got to run 100 yards. You go and you pick the athlete at finish line. Now it's the same thing on a roulette wheel table. You pick one number. It's you against 37, and that's what the casino's percentage is. So just remember that. All this is in my book, the percentage and ratios. Aviana, you got any wild stories here? before you were married?
Yeah. So I did want to mention though, so I like paperback. So I have this in paperback, but I also have the Kindle edition, and I think that's important. So if you're out there, hop on to Amazon, Barnes & Noble too, right?
Barnes &
So
Noble.
yeah, I would recommend if you're gonna. The thing I like about roulette is the columns, right? So and when I play, it's at the end of the night. I'm just kind of bored. Maybe I'm all out of money. And I'm like, I'm a little thirsty. I could use a drink, right? So
It's a method of mathematics.
so you win almost, like, it's $1, right? When you win $1, but I mean,
Oh, that's having fun. That's having fun with street bets.
yeah, it's easy. You don't lose. I mean, I don't recall. I mean, you might get 1 or 2 losses while you sit there in a 30 span minute.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously nothing's a guarantee.
Right.
But yeah, I like that because you sit there, you get your drinks, and you're
Mm-hmm.
playing a game, and it's fun, and it's honestly you're playing with dollars,
Yes.
and it's
It's $11.
and that's right up my frugal alley.
Yeah,
And roulette's kind of a social game too.
Yes,
You know, if you're
yeah.
wanting to just kind of there's always fun,
Yeah.
interesting people from all over the world in Vegas, and you never know who you're
Yes.
going to end up sitting next to.
Yeah, and it's different from craps, right? Because craps, there's so much to pay attention to. There's so many bets happening. There's a lot with roulette. You know, you got that dead time when you're waiting for that ball to land, and
When I was living here, I lived here for 5 years. I was construction 4 years. I was a dealer 1 year here for the MGM Corporation, but I've been dealing in California for 16 years. Berkeley, I played craps with Ronnie Dangerfield. The guy was across from me. He was looking at me, and I'm looking at him. He just got out of his show. He was tired. He was with his wife. I didn't want to bother him. I wanted to go and shake his hand and say, I want to thank you, my dad. What was her name? Holly?
Oh, yeah.
I took a picture with Hugh Hefner's ex-girlfriend there. But you do meet movies. Yeah, it's because of etiquette.
Yeah.
When I was doing commercials and I know those people, so I just never really talked. Unless they were at the crap table, I struck up a conversation with Warren Moon. And it's funny because I didn't follow football when I got here. I just stopped doing it. And I looked at me real slow, and the stick man goes, I can't believe you just told him that. And I said, well, I don't know. So, but it was funny, but he said, no, I still play. Okay, let me see, Roulette Black. We're going to go ahead and run a commercial right now. Aaron here is the one that did my editing. It's called 360. About skateboarding, but it's got a lot more. It's a huge, fantastic story. Even Disney, I kind of ran into a reader, the executive reader at Disney, and she had all my the sound. He put the sound in, and he actually me and him went over later on. I slowed some things up, and he actually cleared everything, made it look really nice. There was 3 different cameras used on this, and he's the one that put it all in 1080p.
Try to get rid of those skateboarders.
We tried, boss. Those skateboarders are tricky.
We haven't tried everything.
We're back here in Go Live Studios, downtown Las Vegas. My channel is at Full Tilt Vegas. I got a lot of stuff in my head right now. There's some other stuff showed to my mom. She passed away. I couldn't do it on the other shows. I just couldn't say that. But anyway, I just want to dedicate this show to my mother. So okay, Aviana, you and Narissa, like I was saying, you meet movie stars. Was there any movie stars that you guys met when you were here?
Yeah, so over the years, there was a while, we always ran into lots of people. We went through a DJ phase where we would go Before they were called concerts, we would go see DJs and backstage a lot with a lot of the DJs, famous world class, Tiesto, Armin, even. I actually played when you spoke about playing craps. I didn't recognize him, but we were playing next to, I don't know who it was, some guy who played for the Lakers. I'm embarrassed to say that because I'm from LA. I obviously don't keep up with basketball. But yeah, we played with, when we went out for my 21st birthday, we ended up at the club, at the Studio 54, I think it was at the time.
Okay.
And we were invited up by these really nice guys, and we went up, and the Lakers were up. Do you remember who else was there?
Those are the main ones I
Yeah.
remember seeing.
Yeah, I remember. That's what I recall. But anyways, so yeah, they were up there having a good time. So it was pretty cool. It was neat. And then trying to think of anyone else. Do you recall anyone else?
Those
Oh.
are the big ones.
I saw David Spade at Liquid one time.
Oh.
That was kind of weird. I'm like,
Go eat, and I said I'm gonna just go over there because I can care less if I go in there and you know I see a movie star. Who cares? You know what I was there for? To gamble and play craps. That's what I was there for. So what I did was, because there's a lot of things you can do when it's supposed to be in, there's ways to get in. So what I did is I went around and went through the pool because the pool was closed. I went through the pool and walked towards the where you enter. If you entered, if the pool was open, they had a bar out there. I walked over there and stepped over the rope, and I was in the bar area, so nobody knew. I says, why? I said, because Shaq's there. So I'm not going to bother him. And then the guy kept saying, okay, whatever, you need to stand here. So I was standing there, and then I was just tired. I just wanted to move around, look around. I like to gamble when I'm here. But anyway. So what happened was I just moved over. I moved over like about 3 feet, and the guy came back up to me and says, I told you can't be near that rope. Shaq's over there. I said, I can care less. You know what? You know what? Watch this.
Been waiting for
Yeah.
way too
it was
long.
really cute. Narissa was at the front. It's her 21st birthday. And the guy's like, yeah, it's everyone's 21st birthday in Vegas.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. The other thing I wanted to say, and Tiger Woods' golf dad, for you might not know.
I know who he is.
Yeah. So yeah, we used to be my husband and I pre-kids. We used to golf all the time. So we followed golf pretty closely, and we did see him in the club. And shortly after that whole what do they call that? I don't know. Fiasco came out, and so we were like, oh my gosh, we saw him, but he was like just hanging out. He was sitting all by himself in like this huge booth. So it was like kind of like, well, that must be somebody. So that's what made us look. But yeah, it was pretty neat to see someone like him because we really appreciate golf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's pretty cool.
you do see movie stars or soap opera stars, or you do see people barely coming into the business. There's the MGM, so anybody want to go see him? He's a fantastic DJ, and when he finds out I gave him a plug, he'd probably be happy. Narissa, what movie stars do you see here besides me?
Man, I think most of them I'm kind of the worst. I'm like you. I'm interested in focusing on, really, is that who they are? But I was really curious about your dealer days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious because I feel like sometimes there's the helpful dealers.
Yes.
And then there's the ones that just
I guess I can't. Well, she's probably retired, but when I was working for the first time, I was very nervous because the eye in the sky is watching me, and I'm dealing the game. I'm trying to follow the rules. I'm all freaked out. But after a while, I got really good at blackjack. I really was spitting out them cards. She used to watch me all the time. She was always like over my shoulder watching me, see if I make any mistakes. But I was actually a funny dealer. There's some dealers, when I first got into this, they were one girl was pregnant. She was really mad at everybody. I had to break her one time. So, but there was one time these guys from New York. They were Italian, and it was funny because they were playing, and one of the guys says, he goes, yeah, I got you. And the other guys, forget about it. So I started, forget about it. And I said, hey, if you don't pay him, Tony Tutos is going to get you. And man, Valerie was behind, Richard. That's her name. When she went over there, I was telling him, because this is Kaiser's show, I can do this. I remember when I was dealing all the cards, and then I busted. And what you say is, you say too many. The dealer says too many. And I got those guys saying, I told him, you know what this is? 2 minutes. It's bust. I bust. So I call it I Dolly Parton. So those guys were saying it after a while. I go, oh crap, shh. Valerie's gonna get me. But I was a funny dealer. I like to interact with the crowd, and sometimes I try to help them. Now, dealers can help you to a certain point. They can just tell you, well, I wouldn't do that, but they can get written up. If you get written up as a newbie 5 times, you get fired. You've been there over a year, it's 7 times. You get written up, you can get fired. But a lot of times they
It's against the rules.
yeah, they'll just give you a warning, but sometimes you'll get written up. But yeah, they can help. You can ask them, like on 3-card poker, you can ask the dealer, what should I do? Because nobody gets no more cards. And the same thing with Pai Gow. You can ask the dealer, is this house ways, or you can set up your way, but it's called house ways. That's the way the dealers would set it up. So what does that mean? That means they're setting up the best way that you can win, because the house sets it up that way. So you just tell the dealer on that, you can say, I like to set this up house ways, and that's on Pai Gow. I call it the free drink table, because a lot of it's a push. So, and that, any other questions or anything you got, Nerissa?
So inquisitive about all this stuff. Yeah.
Blackjack, craps, roulette, slot machines.
Do you, like we'll get to that. I'm still interested in all the dealer perspective. I feel like that's such a unique perspective that you have. That. So, did you see people make a lot of the same mistakes
On what?
on your games you were dealing?
Oh, they made tons of mistakes. They don't know anything about money. It's not their fault. Money management or money management and pressing, or when to pull or when to stop chasing profits. I'll get to that question in a minute. But no, but yes, they make a lot of mistakes. When I was dealing, and I also deal in my parties, when I deal in California, a lot of people come up and ask me, what's the best way I can win right now? And this is usually on craps, but they do it on blackjack too. And that's why all those questions that I got, I put a lot of those questions I got answered in my book. A lot of those questions that I got answered, I have them in the book, and they're asking, I can show you what the percentage is on a crap table. When you walk up to the crap table and the puck is off, it'll be black, it'll be off. That means the person is shooting the dice, it's a come out roll. A come out roll is you get 7 and you get 11. So that's a total of 22.3% to hit 7-11 on the come out. And then to lose is 2-3-12, which is 11.12% to lose. Now, to make a point, it's 66.66% to make a point. Now, that's a lot. But the reason why 7 comes out a lot, because I showed you on my other episodes, 7 is let me get this. 7
Statistics.
is set up to come out on the dice. That's why I tell everybody in my episodes that 7 is set up. Now you can see this. I'm gonna do this again. You see the 7, and I flip it around 7, and I flip it around again 7, and I flip it around one more time 7. And watch, I open it up. It's a 7. Now on this side, you got a 6, and you got a ace. People call it a 1, but it's an ace. This is an ace, and what do you got here? This is ace. Dang it. Ace deuce.
Yeah.
Ace deuce on the loose. Where the heck?
And that's why you see
Does
it-
somebody play with my dice? But anyway, it's called. Oh no, excuse me, no wonder.
That's why you see a lot of times people setting dice before they roll.
Right. It's called
Yeah.
dice setting. Dice setting is in my book. It's ace deuce. It's a deuce.
I like
and
to
an
dice
ace.
set.
But and what I did is I took all those questions and I put them in my book, and so that's why I give all the percentage and ratios in my book. So people, when they first want to play any of these games, blackjack, craps, or roulette, I have those in my book, and it teaches you good and bad bets, so you can stay away from the bad bets. I tell people, don't play hard 6, hard 8, because it comes up too much soft. So you're better off playing 4 and 10. I play 4 and 10. The percentage is 11.11%, and the 6 and 8 are 9.09%. So, but they do pay more, but they come up more often, and you lose them on the hard way. That's why I only play 4 and 10. Now it says here's what's your favorite slot play, dollars or pennies. Okay, it's up to you. Whatever your bankroll allows you to play. Now, even pennies, people talk about pennies now. The casino use psychology. They said, "Oh, I'm only playing pennies." Yeah, but
Yeah.
the max is sometimes 30, 50 pennies. You're playing 50 cents every pull. So, but when I play, I honestly play 25 cents, because the reason why I play 25 cents because I take multiples. Like if I'm playing some 25 cents, I might play to hit that thing and hit the, say you hit it for 34 quarters, but I play 50 cents. So you times it by 2. I play $1 times it by 4. So that's why. But I'm still keeping the ratios in my favor by only playing. If I play Keno, I'm only playing 3 numbers. So it's easier to hit 3 numbers than it is 10 numbers. Now, if you try to play Keno in 10 numbers, the statistics or ratios are you're going to hit 2 of those numbers. That's what you're going to hit, 2 out of 10. Now, that don't sound very good. So more than likely, you're never going to win. Now, you might win maybe in 10 years, one time. You probably got all your interest and profit back.
You know, I like, I don't play slots because I feel like I don't have any control over it. I do, when I do.
Unless you play video poker.
So, sure. So what I do like better is I feel like I'm rated a bit better. I can calculate being rated. And when I do that, I like to play Wheel of Fortune. I think that's so much fun.
It's
It's a
fun.
very, very popular game. Now, on that,
Or Monopoly.
Any slot machine that you see, if you look up, it says 97 per payback, 98, 99% payback. What that means is the life of the machine, not while you're sitting there. So people don't know that. It's the life of the machine. Now, I got somebody answered, do you play video poker? Yes, I do. I play video poker, and I usually play Deuces Wild.
Yeah.
When you play it, because you can change your bet. Whatever you get, if you know how to play poker, you can change your you might hit a straight or flush or 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 of a kind. But I usually like to play Deuces Wild when I do play it, because you're playing the wild. That's what you're, if you get 2 sevens and 2 kings, you got to get rid of one of the set. You're more likely, it doesn't matter because you're playing wild. So you're going to get rid of that, and you're hoping you might hit 2 wilds or 3 wilds. You might hit 5 of a kind. That's how you play Deuces Wild. You're trying to hit the wilds. That's what you're trying to hit. Any more questions, Ursa? You just thinking about drinking?
So to answer the earlier question, we did roll in about 4, but that was after we took 3 wrong turns off the freeway.
Oh,
And,
I feel
and-
like
oh,
Vegas
wait.
is just so, it's
It's
so
grown.
much
The
more
Tesla was
busy.
driving, not us.
oh, really? It's grown. It's got so far. Because when I was in construction, Wagon Wheel was up there by Wagon Wheel. There was nothing there. Anything past what was it? Not Decatur. The Fort, was it Ford? Anything past that was nothing there. Now it's all gated communities. There are more churches in Nevada than any other state. So, Sin City, I don't think so. I think it's, what did I call it? Opportunity Vegas.
Did
That's-
you?
that's what I
Yeah, there
call
you
it.
go. Did you say there's more churches?
Yes, there's more
Wow,
churches
they're-
in Nevada.
Well, they got their pickings, right?
Yeah.
Trying to save the souls. Yeah.
Anything else, Avi? Or
Yeah. How much time we got?
oh, I can go 2 hours if I. Oh, look at Aaron.
So I guess on the frugal side, so if anyone's frugal like I am, so I usually will take. I am a scared better. I am trying to get better about that.
Yeah.
But I bring. I only bring 300, and that is my fun money, and I come expecting. And I am maybe a little
Expecting?
bit maybe a little of a pessimist. Let's chill. So I am a bit of a pessimist or a realist. I'm a realist, and I come expecting like I could lose, and I'm okay with that. So if I lose it, right, I'm like, okay, it's fine. And I do get a little shakes when I know I'm near tables. In fact, a couple of years ago, we had our national sales meeting here for my company, and everyone was out at a team dinner, and they're like, "Oh, let's go to the bar after. Let's go hang out." And I was like, "I think I'm feeling a little nauseous. I think I'm gonna go lie down for a little bit." Yeah. So they strolled past like 2 hours later, and there I am at the crap table, like all by myself, like playing craps, and I was like, "Oh, I just got caught." They thought it was hilarious, but yeah. So I've been known to sneak away from friends to go hit up crap tables. In fact, I came for a bachelorette party one time with my girlfriend Andrea several years ago, and they all went out to like parties and stuff, and I was like, that's okay, I'm okay, I think I'm just gonna stay here. And this was when we stayed, at the Luxor. Stayed there and played there, and I met a friend, long friend. I think he's probably not dealing anymore, but yeah, he was a dealer, and it was really fun. But anyways, lots of stories of just ditching friends.
I can remember.
Yeah, so back to being frugal. So $300. I play always pass, always take odds in 5 and 6. Oh, and that was what I love.
6 and 8.
I'm sorry, 6 and 8. Yeah, so I love crapless tables, and I think
yes.
those are underrated. I love crapless tables because I am typically, statistically, a field roller. Is that how I would say it? Like, I always roll field numbers all the time. Like, I'm easily like 9s all the time. Like, that is my number. So 54 on the hop, that's me right here.
You are, but what am I?
So I like that, and then I love crapless because I feel like if you're going to roll it, I want to win, right? And I like to play it, make more money off of it. So that's underrated. And then also, I really steer clear of blackjack. My husband's he has really good luck playing blackjack. He plays that. I'll sit, and then people will just get angry at me for like hitting at the wrong time. So then I just leave. And then the other game is just the roulette to kill time, get some drinks.
Yeah,
that's what I like to do.
statistically, a person that takes a hit on 12 or 16 or 15, statistically it's been proven it has nothing to do with it. I know sometimes it looks like it, but there's been times where people have taken hits and I said, oh man, they took their hit. But I'm counting cards, I'm keeping track. But counting cards doesn't mean that you know exactly what's going to come out. You have a really good idea, and a lot of times people take a hit when they shouldn't have. They're sitting at third base or second base, and I'm playing first base. Matter of fact, sometimes it's helped me. So they already went through the math, and it really doesn't matter. On episode 14, I have Anthony Curtis. He has a Las Vegas Advisor here. If you want to know anything about Las Vegas, you can go on Las Vegas Advisor, and it tells you everything about Las Vegas, cheap rooms, dinner, what's coming, what's opening, where to go, where the clubs are. It's a great. I had him on episode 14. You want to look at that one? You can see Anthony Curtis, how he got started, and he does have a publishing company. So he's printed over 400 books. Now I'm probably going to call him and say, hey, I gave you a plug again. So Narissa, what
Is this a kissing book?
No. Go ahead. Any
Yeah, I guess, when it's been a while since you've been to Vegas, what do you think is one of the best ways to find out where to go to gamble? What kind of
that's what I
limits?
said.
What can you expect?
Las Vegas Advisor.
Oh, okay.
Anthony Curtis and Las Vegas Advisor. You can look it up on Google, Las Vegas Advisor, and it tells you everything you want to know. Rooms, anything you want to get. If you're new to Vegas, you got to go to that site because he does have coupons too.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew you were
Where
bluffing. I knew
are
he
the
was bluffing.
coupons to find like $5 tables?
There is some casinos still do that. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say where I'm staying, but anyway.
Yeah. No.
They do have them. I don't know. Circus stopped doing that, but I haven't been there in years. But yeah, you can find them. If you're in Baker, if you're coming from Baker. They don't have them here. It's funny because they got them in Baker, and you can see that little board has all those. You'll see those little flyers. You pick those up, and they're there in Baker, and you can pick those up, and those are all coupons. But they don't have them here. You have to pick them up over there. That's to get you to come over here, so you can get those. So why does nobody gamble at Prim? Why does anybody gamble at Prim? I think Buffalo Bills is closed. I don't know why it's closed because. This town is packed. It is packed. They're charging outrageous prices. So you really gotta, if you're gonna come here, plan a month before because it's a zoo. They're having concerts. I mean, Vegas is reawakening. It is packed. They got concerts. They got, as a matter of fact, was it Aaron Unicon? Next weekend. Aaron, I think he coached me into going. We're going to be there at the Unicon, Go Live Vegas. I'm probably going to be doing a live show there. I might ask some people in the audience who want to come on.
that'd be fun.
But we're gonna do there, and it's
I have a commercial I can run too if you want.
yeah. You want to run that now? Sure. Go ahead.
Unicon coming October 1st to the 3rd, 2021. Las Vegas, and you're ready for 3 days of pop culture, comic, toys, games, food trucks, and sports. Unicon features a huge vendor floor, awesome panels, and your chance to meet incredible guest celebrities. So make sure you make plans October 1st to the 3rd, 2021. The Expo at the World Market Center. For more information, visit www.unicon.vegas. Unicon. Fandoms United.
Okay. Yeah, it says here, is it worth gambling on the strip or off strip? It depends. Now, all the slot machines on the strip are tight. If you want to play slot machines and have looser machines, you got to go to either you can go to pubs or you can go downtown. Now, downtown got a little tight too. Fremont, El Cortez. I mean, I know people don't like going there, but the slot machines are loose there. But no, typically the strip is they're tight machines. Like I said, it doesn't matter. If you play video poker, you have a better chance of winning on video poker. That's the only thing I play is video poker.
Yeah.
Can you really win money at the gas stations? Yes, some gas stations are especially if they're new. A lot they want people to come in there, and they do have those things set to pay out. There was a guy I was working one time here as a mason, and the tender, he's a tender, he gets all the blocks, makes the cement. He was running across this place that just opened up, and he won a royal flush. And he came back and he was telling the guy, I won $5,000. And we didn't believe him. He says, yeah. And he showed me all the money. I go, really? You won that over there? He goes, I always play the new places. And then the next day, it was lunchtime. He ran back over there. Guess what? He won another royal flush. Wow. And I looked at Kenny and goes, you think he has the same money from yesterday? And the other two guys were with him. He goes, no, he did win it. So the third day, he went over there. He won another one.
Wow.
And I go, no. We went over there and we asked the bartender, did he really win that money? He goes, yeah, he's 3 times in a row. I go, God, I don't believe it. But yeah, gas stations, even
newer gas stations.
Yeah,
saying,
the newer gas stations usually they have the machines loose. So you can do that, and then they just retighten them up within 2 weeks. So you want to if you want to kind of look for the new gas stations or even a new casino. A new casino opens up, the grand opening. Yes, the slot machines are loose.
Let's find us a gas station, Narissa.
What I got, Aaron?
Woo!
What I got, Aaron? 2. Is there, guys, anything else you want to talk about while you're on the show forever on YouTube?
I know, yeah. No, it's fun times. I really enjoyed it. Great advice from my dad. Know when to walk away. Know your limits, right? You can win a little bit at a time and just, hey, I got extra money to buy lunch, or I could, share it, buy a couple extra drinks, and yeah, good stuff.
What about Marissa? Anything you want to say to the audience?
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice to be here. It feels good to just be back and enjoying all the entertainment and the people watching. It's a great place to be.
Yeah. And a shout out to Joelle. She was supposed to be here with us, but she rolled her ankle
Chickened out.
Pickleball.
Chickened out.
Yeah, so shout out to you.
Next
so
time,
you can make it.
Joelle.
Yeah,
Next
we'll be
time.
back. Yeah.
Okay, I want to say goodbye here. Avi and Marissa, you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, bye.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, tune in next week. We're going to be at a Unicon downtown. I think it's near Circa, somewhere. Yeah, we'll be there. I'll be doing a live show, and I'll be asking people in the audience, come down and see us. There's going to be other things. Aaron Phillips is going to be there. Wrestling, Avi? You're going to see that. There's a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of stars down, a lot of movie stars and people from commercials and TV. So come on down and see us. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah.